Hi, I'm Chris, and welcome to our ultimate guide to China social media marketing in 2022. In this video, I'll be covering some of the uniquely Chinese consumer profiles. Let's start with our white-collar workers. On China's journey to economic prosperity, there has been a huge shift from agriculture to manufacturing and later service sector employment. Since 2000, better-paying white-collar service sector jobs have boomed. Millions of families have been working hard to send kids to universities in the hopes of a better life working in China's booming cities. At some point, that dream has begun to turn sour. A recent survey of white-collar workers has laid bare the consequences of chasing this white-collar dream. Despite being richer than ever, white-collar workers are increasingly dissatisfied with their lives. In our last video, Alex talked about different city tiers in China. Tier 1 cities have been considered the most attractive, with many white-collar workers moving there to achieve their China dream. However, a 2021 survey of white-collar worker satisfaction indicates that white-collar workers are much happier in new Tier 1 and Tier 2 cities. In Western countries, the trend has been moving towards adopting a hybrid work model, and some are even switching to a 4-day work week. Meanwhile, in China, overwork has been so common that it even has its own name, 996. 996 stands for working from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 6 days per week. Despite the government trying to make it illegal, 53% of white-collar workers still report being coerced into working long hours. The reliance on Wechat instead of email is a major cause of overwork, blurring the boundaries between work and personal life. Health issues among white-collar workers are common. 39% report experiencing insomnia and 38% back pain. In fact, only 12% claim to be healthy. Recently, we've seen a trend called tongue ping, which translates to lying flat. People are turning against the endless grind and instead craving for a simpler life. Next up, we have the sea turtles. During negotiations for the historic 1979 accord between the US and China, the initial agreement was for each country to send 10 students per year to study in their respective country. Deng Xiaoping allegedly shocked US negotiators by asking if it could be increased to 5,000 per year. The negotiators supposedly called a sleepy Jimmy Carter at 3 a.m. to ask for his opinion, and he replied, "Let's make it to 100,000 students." So between 1979 and 2019, over 6.5 million Chinese students went to study abroad. Many of them undoubtedly went to experience foreign countries. Others saw studying abroad as an alternative, or maybe even escape, from China's infamously competitive KAWO University entrance exam. The prestige and heritage of foreign universities being another key draw. Finally, the perception that studying abroad improved their post-graduation work prospects. Many of them have now returned to China, lured back by the booming economy and the lucrative job market, especially for returnees with foreign degrees and international experience. China's decisive handling of the COVID pandemic, whilst the virus ravaged the rest of the world, drove record numbers of sea turtles to return home to China. However, many returnees experience a sense of dissonance upon returning. Having attended college and experienced a different life in another country, they often have a changed sense of self and experience difficulty reintegrating. We also have the silver spenders. China faces a demographic crisis. The working age population has already peaked, and estimates say 40% of the population will be over 60 years old by 2050. Although there is a distinct rural-urban divide, with urban dwellers retiring on average 2 decades earlier than their rural counterparts. This causes tension, as seen in this forum post. Many young Chinese leave the countryside to work in big cities, paying taxes which help fund earlier retirements for urban residents. Meanwhile, their parents back home continue to work into their late 70s. The silver economy has grown rapidly in recent years and is projected to reach 61 trillion RMB by 2050. When it comes to consumer spending habits, it's key to remember that older generations are not digital natives. Some tech companies have even gone so far as to create special apps specifically for older people. They also don't follow celebrities, and so are more influenced by face-to-face interactions than digital marketing channels. Sadly, this also means they're more likely to fall victim to scams and online fraud. So in this video, I covered some of the very interesting consumer profiles in China. In the next video, Alex will talk about different generations in China.
Thank you for watching this video, which is part of our series covering KAWO's ultimate guide to China social media marketing in 2022. You can find the full guide at kawo.com/guide. If you want to learn more about KAWO and our platform that helps international brands manage their social media in China, then you can head to kawo.com, where you can also request a demo of our platform. And of course, don't forget to subscribe.